People say learning a new skill is hard, but that's a lie. Here's the truth. Mastering something new doesn't take years or some special talent. It's way easier than you think. And today, I'm going to show you how. Whether it's learning to play an instrument, pick up a language, or figure out how to fix that squeaky door in your house, most people think it's going to take hours of practice and frustration. But trust me, it doesn't have to be that way. What if I told you that learning anything is as simple as breaking it down, practicing the right way, and most importantly, having fun with it? By the end of this video, you'll realize that learning new skills is easier than you've ever imagined. Here's the problem. Most people struggle with learning new skills because they've been taught the wrong way. They've been told that you need to spend years practicing, that you need to start young, or that only talented people can master certain things. This stops so many of us from even trying. Think about it. How many times have you wanted to learn something new but gave up before you even started because it just seemed too overwhelming? Maybe you've tried learning to cook, to code, or even tried to pick up guitar. You watched a few tutorials, tried it for a few days, but when it didn't click, you gave up. It feels like there's this huge barrier, and unless you're some sort of genius, you're never going to get it. What nobody tells you is that learning is a skill in itself, and once you understand the process, you can pick up any skill. Here's how it works. First, you need to break the skill down into tiny steps. Most of us get overwhelmed because we're trying to do too much too soon. For example, if you're learning to play the piano, don't start by trying to master Beethoven. Start with the basics, one chord at a time. Master those, and then move on to something a little harder. Let's break this down even more. Imagine trying to build a house. If you start by building the roof, it's going to collapse. But if you lay the foundation first and then put up the walls, you're setting yourself up for success. The same goes for learning any new skill. You've got to start at the foundation and work your way up. Once you've broken the skill down, the next step is practice. But here's the kicker. Not just any kind of practice. It's not about spending hours mindlessly doing the same thing over and over. Instead, you need deliberate practice. This means focusing on one specific aspect of the skill, practicing it until you get it right, and then moving on. Think of it like a video game. When you're trying to beat a tough level, you don't just run in without a plan. You focus on one part of the level, learn the patterns, and after a few tries, you've got it. The same goes for learning in real life. You don't have to spend years practicing to be good at something. You just have to practice the right way. Here's something that nobody talks about. Mistakes are your best friend when it comes to learning. Most people are afraid of failing, so they give up the moment they hit a roadblock. But what if I told you that making mistakes is actually the key to getting better? Each mistake you make teaches you something new. Let's say you're learning to bake, and the first time you try to make bread, it's a disaster. Instead of giving up, you figure out what went wrong. Maybe you didn't knead the dough enough, or maybe the oven was too hot. Now the next time you try, you avoid those mistakes, and suddenly your bread comes out a little better. With each failure, you're getting closer to success. So don't be afraid to mess up. That's how you learn. One of the biggest reasons people give up on learning a new skill is that it feels like work. But here's the thing. Learning doesn't have to be a chore. In fact, the more fun you have while learning, the easier it becomes. When you're enjoying yourself, your brain is more engaged and you're more likely to stick with it. Take learning a language, for example. Instead of drilling grammar rules for hours, watch a movie in that language with subtitles. Or if you're learning to cook, make a dish that you're actually excited to eat. The point is to find ways to make the learning process enjoyable. When you do that, you'll be surprised at how quickly you pick up new skills. So here's the real secret. Learning a new skill isn't hard. It's just a matter of knowing how to approach it. You don't need to be born with talent, you don't need to practice for years, and you definitely don't need to make it boring. The only thing standing between you and your next skill is your mindset. If you break the skill down, practice deliberately, embrace your mistakes, and most importantly, have fun with it, you'll be amazed at how fast you can pick things up. And here's the craziest part. Once you learn how to learn, there's nothing you can't do. Thanks so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button to see more content just like this. And if you found this extra helpful, hit the bell icon to be notified every time we upload new content. Have an upgraded day.